The Wetland Board will come to order, and we'd like to welcome everyone. And I'd like to start off by introducing the staff. To my left over here, behind that computer, is Crystal Way. Next is Glenn Rowe, Olivia Hall, and this young lady here, Hattie Berg, is it?
Tiffany Burge.
Tiffany Berg.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And to my left is William Tolles, Cecil, Little, and Hunter Sled and Andy Ransom, and I'm Edna Revere. With that said, I'll call the first applicant, which is Francis J. Sanzone. Is that right? Yes. You better keep that, because I'll have it in with my papers, Cecil. Leave that there if you will, because I'll have it in there. Okay? Okay?
You got to read anything?
Yeah.
Or am I good to talk?
Did you introduce yourself? I was.
Can we do that first?
Yes.
I can. Joseph Scott, Solterra Solutions, P.O. Box 1744, Kilmarnock, Virginia 22482. I'm the agent for the applicant.
Okay, I'd like to read the ad, please. Francis J. Sanzone, in care of Joseph Scott, Solterra Solutions, wishes to request permission to install 275 feet of riprap revetment along the shoreline of the eroding shoreline of Dead and Bones Cove off Carter's Creek, located off Virginia State Highway 632 John Neck Road on Kellum Drive, tax map number 27-146B, VMRC number 2025-0135. Go ahead, Mr.
Yeah, this is a revetment off of a cove in Carter's Creek. Seems a little weird to request a revetment in this particular area, but it is a north-facing property, and you guys did have a chance to go down there and take a look at it. It's actually experiencing some pretty decent erosion along that bank there. So we're just proposing a revetment from the end of the neighboring bulkhead to go around into the corner and terminate just before it gets up into that little pocket marsh, along with some grading along the bank there, which is 6 to 8 feet tall and is eroding pretty badly. It has a lot of tree coverage, not a whole lot of sunlight in there. The bottom is incredibly murky and drops off pretty quick. So I think to put a living shoreline in this area would be very difficult in terms of the sunlight exposure and actually putting stone in there so that it would kind of stop the problem. The problem is occurring at the bank on the higher tides. So if you do all that stuff offshore, there's really not going to be enough there to kind of protect that area up above it, unless you grade the bank back even more and take out all those trees, and that's really not what they want to do. Just a little bit of bank grading, small revetment at the base, just to secure it and stabilize it. I guess if you have any questions for me. That's it.
Olivia, do you have anything you'd like to add?
No, ma'am. The applicant has satisfied all the staff requirements for my office.
I'm sorry, couldn't you?
The applicant has satisfied all the requirements for my office, including Bay Act.
Ms. Burton, do you have anything you'd like to add to this?
No, the VMRC issued a no permit necessary letter on this proposal, given that it is above mean low water and doesn't involve state-owned bottom.
Okay. Anyone in the audience wish to say anything? Anyone on the board have any questions?
No question.
If not, I entertain a motion.
I'll move to approve as submitted.
I'll second.
All in favor, signify by raising your right hand. Okay.
Thanks.
failed to ask Glenn if it was anyone online, but I'm sure he'll let me know. Okay, the next on the agenda is Ed Wood and Addie Cosby.
Good morning, Craig Palabinski with Bayshore Design, Hague, Virginia. I'm the agent representing this request.
Okay, I'll read the ad, please. Edward and Addie Cosby and care of Craig Palubansky request permission to construct 120-foot, 220 feet, and 120 feet Alma stone breakwaters with 800 cubic yards of beach nourishment and 8,400 square feet of wetland beach vegetation plantings along the eastern branch of the Currituck River located off Virginia State Highway 604, Murray Point Road on West Point Road, tax map number 26-150, VMRC number 2024-2928. Go ahead.
Okay, we're proposing to stabilize about 600 plus feet of eroding shoreline. You can see when you're at the site, the bank is relatively tall. The highest point is plus 24 feet above mean low water, completely vertical, a lot of tree falls. So what we're proposing to do here is construct 3 Armor Stone breakwaters, 120 foot, 220 feet, and 120 feet in length with 60-foot gaps. The breakwaters are aligned right around the fringe of the mean low water line. They're going to have a crest elevation of plus 4 feet. The area between the breakwaters and the base of the bank will be nourished with a total of 800 cubic yards of sand. A lot of the material can probably come from the bank because it's good sandy material. The bank will be graded back at a 4-to-1 slope along the base to an elevation and then 2-to-1 the rest of the way, and planted with Panicum virgatum or switchgrass, and then the upper slope with love grass. You can see here there's a typical cross-section A that shows the breakwater structure, the beach nourishment, and then the upper beach zone to be planted. We're going to be planting a total of 8,400 square feet of vegetative and beach vegetation along this 600 feet of shoreline. This project is very similar to one we did back in 2020 at his house, which is just on the east of the tidal pond. And it's working very well, as you can see in the pictures. So it's going to be pretty much the exact same design, pretty much the same situation, with the exception that bank there was a little bit higher. That was like 30 feet versus what we have at this site. You have adjacent breakwaters to the west of the project, so the last breakwater will be 60 feet off of that breakwater. And as far as the tidal pond, we have about a 200-foot separation between the existing breakwaters and our first western, or actually easternmost breakwater. We're not doing anything as far as in front of that pond or the marsh there. It's going to be left natural. I'll be happy to answer any questions you have.
Olivia?
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. They have satisfied all the requirements of my office.
Okay. Ms. Berg?
VMRC is currently processing a subaqueous permit for the proposed encroachment over state bottom. We're in the middle of our public interest review. I have no additional comments.
Okay, anyone on the board have any concern? Entertain a motion. Oh, I'm sorry, anyone in the audience? Anyone online? Okay, I'll entertain a motion.
Yeah, I move to approve the project as submitted.
Second.
All in favor, signify by, okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okey dokey. The next on the agenda is Edward Leonard, care of Joseph Scott, Salterra Solutions.
Yes, ma'am. Joseph Scott, Salterra Solutions, PO Box 1744, Kilmarnock, Virginia 22482. I am the agent for the applicant.
I'll read the ad. Edward Leonard, care of Agent Joseph Scott requests permission to install 87 feet of riprap revetment along the eroding shoreline of western branch of the Currituck River, located off Virginia State Highway 665, Sullivan Road, on Currituck Drive, tax map number 20D-4-523 and 20D-4-524. BMRC number 2024-2883. Go ahead.
Yes, this is just a small revetment along the very small shoreline of this particular lot, Currituck by the Bay. As you can see from the site, the pines that are there now are exposed and eroded, so they're just going to put a small revetment at the base of it, across the bottom and wrap it around the corner into the pocket marsh there. It does not connect into the neighboring revetment because that stops 15 feet short of the property line for whatever reason. So they're just going to have to end it right at the property line. In terms of putting a living shoreline here, one of the biggest things that would need to be done is the bank is, 5 to 6 feet tall, so there had to be a significant amount of grading to pull all that back. Because the problem they're having is at high tides and waves on the bank. Of the jobs I've done in Currituck, typically what I hear from folks is there's a lot of boating activity. So I don't know that a living shoreline would be effective there, and it would definitely be 4 times more expensive than just putting small stone revetment at the base in this area. And it kind of corresponds with the other structures that are nearby, so I thought it would be okay. And they're going to try to keep those pines.
What's that?
Wrap around those pine trees. They're going to try to keep those pine trees, so they're going to wrap around those pine trees on the end there. We'll see how that all works out, but.
Olivia?
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. The applicant has satisfied the requirements, including the living shoreline statement, so we have no further comment.
Ms. Berg?
Similar to the first one, VMRC issued a no permit necessary letter for this work because it's situated landward of mean low water and does not involve state-owned submerged lands. We have no other comments.
Anyone on the board? Anyone in the audience? If not, I'll entertain a motion, please.
Move the project be approved as presented.
Second. Motion's made and second. All in favor? Signify by raising your right hand. Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, let's see what we have here. Okay, in other business, Olivia, you discusses requested Wetland Board intern position.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. I just want to let the Wetlands Board know that I've requested, through the budget process with the county, a position for a seasonal intern for this summer for the Wetlands Board. This person would ideally be a rising senior at Lancaster County High School. So I'm excited to bring that person along with us on our site visits, and they'll be helping me with all of the paperwork and learning the whole permitting process. So hopefully that will be approved.
I believe that's a fair request. I'm sure everyone is in agreement. Is that?
Very much
We'll
so.
make a motion then, please, to approve this intern.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Okay. All in favor? Okay, you got your intern. Okay, do I have any other, do we have any other business to come before us at this time?
No, ma'am.
Well, then I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the January meeting. Do I hear a motion?
I wasn't here.
Second?
I didn't move.
I wasn't here, I can't vote.
Okay. Huh?
I
All right. All
wasn't
right.
here.
All in favor?
We still need a first motion.
So it's 4-0.
Okay. Can we go back and get a motion? Cecil didn't motion.
Who made the motion?
No one.
Oh, I thought somebody did make the motion.
He just said he wasn't here.
I wasn't here, so
Oh,
I can't.
I'm sorry. Okay, a motion, please.
I move that we approve the minutes.
Second.
I wasn't here. Second.
Oh, well, and, all right, all in favor signify by raising your right hand. So then it would be 3 of us.
Yeah,
Okay, 3
that's a
to
quorum.
0. Hunter and Hunter and Will and Cecil were absent.
right.
Okay. I guess if there's no further business, I'll adjourn the meeting at, 9:45.
Quick.